How often should you go on dates in a relationship?
Janelle?
I say it depends based upon work schedules and, family time, how often you want to spend like with your kids and all of that. But as far as, two spouses or, in a marriage or a relationship, I would say no less than once a month.
Okay.
But no more than like maybe 4 times of like some people, if you can afford that, like based upon your finances, me personally, I think 4 times a month would be a little bit too much.
Okay.
But at least twice a month for sure.
So caveat to that question, what is a date to you?
That was my question.
A date to me is, it could be anything from in the house, you still gotta go get the groceries to cook.
True.
Or take out, whatever, to all the way to upscale, just depending on what the occasion is, the event. Hey, I feel like getting pretty, I'm going to get my nails done. That's included in the finances for the date. So it just depends on how I'm feeling at that time.
That makes sense. I can roll with that. Jay, what do you feel?
I'm gonna let her go first.
So I think, like she said, at least once a month. Because if you got kids and your kids are involved in sports or whatever they're involved in, and your days are busy, we all need rest. But I think at least once a month. But the average person get paid twice a week, at least twice. And what does a date consist of? You can be a weekend out, or like she said, you can just get the food, come back, watch a movie, chill.
Gotcha.
But you don't always have to just go out and but the two of you guys spending time together.
Absolutely.
I let her go because that's my same sentiment. That's my same thoughts. So I figured it was going to be about the same.
Gotcha.
Hey, Derek, what's up with you?
Same for later, man. I think we should, 2 to 3 times a month, based upon the situation for that month that's going on. And like I say, we can go out on a date, and then we just come home, cook dinner, chill, get a nice bottle of wine, look at a movie, and chill out.
So I know for me, and I know she's about to get on me for this one. I saw something the other day. I saw something a while ago called the 2-2-2 rule.
Mm-hmm.
2 days a month.
Yep.
Every 2 months you do a weekend away.
Yep.
Every 2 years you do a week away.
Yep.
So that's why she said she hadn't been on a date all year, because in January I slipped. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot going on. There was a lot of moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
So twice this week she's been on a date, because now things are starting to settle down and fall into place. So I have more time to go. Yeah. So she's been on a date twice this week, and we got 2 more. We're in the beginning of the month, basically. So I still got the rest of the month to take on the 2 for February. Quit looking at me side. I see you. I got
I was just saying what day it
my
was.
vision is good.
It's the middle of the month.
It's in the middle yet. We still got 3 more days before the middle. I can count.
So I like the 1-1-1.
Oh yeah, she's from the 1-1-1. So she's gonna have to explain that one.
So it's one date a week. What was it?
I don't remember it.
It was
You sent it to me.
30 minutes of
Screen time.
no screen time.
Just you 2 talking.
Just you two. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be talking,
Okay.
just doing something with no screen time. A vacation every year. And I can't remember what the fourth
I remember
was.
the 4th one was.
Oh!
I was
okay.
waiting for you to come with that one. I was ready for that one.
And initiating intimate time once a week.
Both partners.
Both partners.
So that's kind of how it broke down. So it's 1 date a week. And that date could be anything. You go to the grocery store could be a date.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the gym can be a date. Going walking in the park. Any of that can be considered a date.
And so I classify a date as any time it's just the 2 of you guys where you're intentional.
Rather be spending money or not.
You're spending money or not.
I don't think you have to spend money.
Just being intentional about it. And so when we first got together, him cooking, I considered it a date. But now that we're getting more serious and he's talking about us living together, I'm like, would that still be considered a date? Now that it's like a family thing, like it's now a necessity, for lack of a better term. It's no longer just the two of us, me coming over and cooking, or it's no longer us time. Now it's fulfilling a need. We've gone on a picnic, which I don't think was very expensive. I had nothing to do with it, so I don't.
Like, she didn't know what was coming. I just said, here's the address, meet me here at 2:00. She got there at 2:30.
So you
I was on time.
So you do a lot of the planning also.
Yeah.
And
So-
that is what's important. That is what constitutes a date. Because if I've got to do all the planning, it's me. That's a date that I do. Like, I count any date that I've got to be like, okay, we're going to eat here. We're doing this.
Absolutely, I agree.
Or even if he pays for it.
So, like, the other day we went to Cooper's Hawk to go wine tasting.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, we're going wine tasting, but I've eaten one time all day, so I need to eat before we go. And her first thought was, I got to pick a restaurant. No, I already picked a restaurant. I know where I want to go. Are you okay with going here? That was my thing. I was like,
Because he wanted to try some place I had been a couple times.
but I had been there too. I went there in Chattanooga, not here. Place called Mission Barbecue.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think that
Was
was
it a reason you tapped me?
She's telling you to plan the date, brother. I saw that. I saw that from over here.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
fine.
get it.
We got it.
Gotcha.
I get it.
Yeah.
So,
And so with that, like, there's more that goes into a date than like picking a place. It's the child care. It's the making sure, because if it's just the two of us, we all have kids. And they're varying ages. And so who's gonna make sure the kids get fed
Right.
for the date? Who's gonna make sure, like, the mental load? And so for me, not having that mental load of doing all the planning where he just shows up.
we've done that too. Like, this is the time she's planning this. She's like, all right, we're going here. This is the time. Or she'll send me a menu. She's like, do you see anything on here? She sent me a menu for like 4 different restaurants, but not tell me the restaurant. I'm like, do you see
It's just
anything on this
a
menu you want?
No prices, no restaurant titles. Like, it's literally just the inside of the menu where you can say, hey, there is
Something I'll eat.
something I'll eat.
So when you guys go on a date, do you guys like, you might get maybe like a steak or something, and then you might want to try crab cakes or something, and then y'all share?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but it's like, for me, I eat things that she don't eat. So when I do eat, when I do go, I get whatever I want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's a side that I know she might want to try, I'll get the side so she can try it and stuff like that. So.
I like taking Derek to, like, when we do go on dates, like different places that he hasn't been introduced to, like Mediterranean food or Indian food, Chinese.
Oh, speaking of that,
authentic stuff.
bro.
somebody took me to a Thai restaurant one night.
I just took him
We
to.
went to a Thai restaurant and we sitting there ordering food. She was like, I want a level 4. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Nice.
I'm like, okay, I'll get a level 3. I'll go one down.
Hot.
Bruh, I'm talking about steaming. I'm sitting in the restaurant, I got steam coming up my head. I'm like, bruh, it's just hot. But and then we went back the second time, and I was like, I'll get a 2, but the guy brought me a 1. I was like, dude, I'll ask for a 2. He was like, I brought you a 1.
Even they ones be hitting, bro. Like the ones even be a little.
Indian food?
Thai.
Thai.
food?
Indian's the
Indian
same.
We have
Indian's the same, yeah.
We haven't had
It's the
Indian
same,
yet.
We
The
have-
only difference between
I can
Thai
take you to
food
a
and
place.
Indian food, they sushi rolls. Like the sushi rolls, like totally different. Because like, I went to the Thai restaurant and got like the dynamite rolls. When I'm looking at it, it's like it had nothing that I'm used to. So I'm like, nah, I'm just stay away from that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one.
I've had Cambodian food, and I tried to get her to.
Cambodian food.
Yeah. The
What's
last
their
one,
main
I had a
dishes?
Vietnamese.
A lot of noodles.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I mean, bro, I was surprised that, you get stereotypes about foods and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And like, one of my partners I work with was like, yo, like, I'm in Jack's, like, we gonna go eat, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool. So we go, bro, and I'm like, I don't know what to order. I don't know what's gonna come out, none of that. He's like, don't worry about it, I got you. you know, they got a lot of different things. We don't eat pork, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot on there. So I'm like, bro, like you won't have to order this. And bro, when he ordered, like when it came out, I was like, all right, let me try this. Bro, the first bite, I was like, I called her. Literally, the first bite,
Was
bro,
busting like that.
bro, oh man. The first bite, bro, I was like, what in the world have I been missing?
Oh wow,
And
that's
so-
all about the Indian food.
Bro, I called her and was
So you was
like,
about to double egg. You just ate it with
That's
I was like,
yeah.
So you fed Derek and we all?
We ain't ate. We just
Y'all just got here.
You tasted.
No, everybody had a double egg. Everybody had one double egg.
Send you to
That was all he fed me today. That is all he's allowed me to eat today.
I was over there
Man.
getting drinks and stuff.
That's all I allowed you to do.
That's all he allowed me to eat today.
All right, y'all. We'll be back. 'Cause she about to get you locked up. We'll be back.
boy, I tell you what.
all right, welcome back. It's another episode of Reason to Chill podcast. We've been going in for a little bit, talking about a few things that y'all get to see. I'm sure y'all gonna have fun with because we having fun with.
Most definitely.
But moving on, to the next question. I forgot the question. Just think of it.
I got
What
you.
you do breaking the relationship?
What is the deal breaking in a relationship?
I
What is
would
the
say
ultimate
we'll
deal
break
breaker?
the relationship. I know I'm gonna say it wrong.
It's
That's
okay.
cool.
We got you. That's why we're a
Yeah.
team, bro. We got you.
Good, bro.
And so we're talking about what are deal breakers in a relationship. Whether it's just boyfriend and girlfriend, marriages, vice versa. What are the deal breakers? So with that question, I'm gonna start off with my wife behind.
I would say for me would be trust. If I can't trust you, I don't think you can protect me, provide for me, or anything. So I would have to say trust.
I would say the same thing, because I feel like it's a broader thing that generalizes down to if you cheating, that means I can't trust you. If you lying, I can't trust you. If you being trustful to yourself, I can't trust you. Like it's just a rain. What is the umbrella?
Okay.
You know,
Makes sense.
yeah.
For me, it's infidelity.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with the trust, but infidelity for me is an ultimate deal breaker.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, they definitely go hand in hand.
Yep.
So it's funny that this conversation is being had right now because we had a conversation earlier, and you thought that I was not honest with you about something. And it was something really simple.
Yeah.
So it was something really simple. And she was like, "You lied to me," and I was like, "Wait a minute, when?" Because I know I didn't. So she was like, "Well, when we had this conversation, this was your response," and I was like, "No, that was my response before," and then it shifted when I wasn't sure what was going on with a certain situation. And I was like, it has nothing to do with us. I don't know what the situation is. I just feel something's off. But it didn't have anything to do with us. It was just, sometimes you get that feeling like something's off, something's wrong. And that's what it was. I didn't know what it was. So she thought I meant that it was about us. And I'm like, no, it wasn't necessarily about us. But we had a conversation later that week. And I was like, okay, maybe this was something that led up to that feeling. But sometimes you get a feeling before the situation even happens. You just have that premonition that it's going to happen. But for me, it's infidelity and trust, and it's something simple to some people, but smoking. Like if you smoke cigarettes, weed, whatever.
How you feel about hookah?
Hookah's okay. I'm okay with hookah. And it's crazy because when I first started dating someone, it's one of the first questions I ask.
Oh, do they smoke?
Do you smoke?
Yeah.
And if you say yeah, we cool, but it won't go no further.
Gotcha.
But when you started living in Atlanta, that's what it was. It had, do you smoke, do you drink, or you want a man or woman?
I mean, you gotta ask all them questions.
That's
Yeah, that was living in Atlanta, but that was the question I asked, bro. Because I was like, I was like, please don't take offense to this question, but
I got
I got asked. Living here, like you never know what you gonna come up, who you gonna come across.
Yeah.
So That's mine. And then, that's the third one. Infidelity, trust, smoking, and being more than one. Those are my deal breakers. You have to be more than one.
For me, of course, it'll be infidelity. Like that's, that's. And infidelity is everybody think it's physical. It can be emotional. That I think emotional is worse than physical. If you ask me. Me personally, I think emotional cheating is a little worse than physical. The physical is just the act, but emotional, you sitting there thinking about this person, thinking about that person. So that's a little deep, bro. So infidelity for me, that's my deal breaker. Yeah.
I know for me, it's the same thing as basically my wife and Janelle's trust. Like, because, I mean, you ain't got, to me, if you ain't got trust, you ain't got nothing. Like, I mean, as far as to hear the women talk about it, is if they can't trust you, they don't believe you, protect them, and the list go on. So, that's huge. All right? I know for me, if I can't trust you, that's definitely a no-go.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just the way I've been built. That's, you know what I mean? As far as things I've seen, like, if it ain't no trust, we can't even talk.
Absolutely.
Ain't no conversation. So, that's
Alright, so we kind of got somber in here for a minute.
Yeah, man. It's kind of deflated a little bit.
Yeah,
It's okay.
We're going to take a break and we'll be right back because
Alright.
I don't know when we can come. Yeah, we need a break. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Big